Good afternoon. Thank you so much for joining. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Hey, good afternoon, Delia.
Okay. How are you?
I'm well.
I am doing all right. Doing all right. A little
Yes,
bit
yes, yes,
busy. Looking
yes.
forward to Saturday, and yeah.
All right. It's gonna be a busy day.
Yes, it is. I'm gonna give folks an opportunity to join,
Okay.
um, and then we will get started. Good afternoon, Miss Payne. How are you?
I am good. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. I can. Awesome. So we're gonna. I know I had a few. I think a few more folks registered. We're gonna give them an opportunity to join, and if they are not on by, I promise we will make this quick. So if they are not on by 6:05, we will go ahead and get started. But I do want to thank you all for joining. Um, and while we're on the call, obviously, if you have any questions about the upcoming forum and straw poll, feel free to ask. We are recording for anyone that would like this recording after the call. So any of the candidates are not able to join, they will still be able to access any questions that are asked and or the process of selecting the ballot position. So I'm going to go on mute, but we will get started, like I said, at 6:05. All right, so it is 6:05, and we are going to go ahead and get started. I want to start out by again thanking all of you for joining the call. I know that you all are very busy working on your campaign, so we will do our best not to keep you long this evening. I do want to use this as an opportunity to just confirm a few things. The first being, as you all are aware, may be aware, I hope you're aware, the location of the event has changed. As you can imagine, it was definitely not our intent to make such a change at the last minute, but due to a scheduling error outside of our control, we needed to find another location. And so we were grateful enough to find another location, and we are really excited about that. The location is, I always get the name of this church incorrect.
It's Ryland Epworth United Methodist Church.
Thank you. You know, my mind is all over the place. So the straw poll and form is going to be at Ryland United Methodist Church, which is located at 3200 S Street Southeast, Washington, D.C. 20020. As a landmark, it is at the intersection, somewhat at the intersection of Branch and Pennsylvania Avenue. I'm sorry, go ahead. We are encouraging, we will have signage and things of that nature up. There will be two separate locations. One location where the forum will take place will be in the hall. And if you could please mute your line if you're not speaking, that would be great. I think, and then the straw poll will be happening in the library, which is on the other end of the hall. So we think that it is a very good setup for that purpose. Individuals, we do have a registration set up for the event. As you can imagine, this location is smaller than our originally planned location. So we do encourage you to get your supporters, family, and friends to please complete the registration. I think we know without a shadow of a doubt that we have 150 seats that will be fitting comfortably. We were there tonight and it looks really nice. I think the alternative space actually worked well. So I think you all will be glad to know that. The event will also be live streamed on our Facebook page. So it will be recorded. And so we again, if folks are unable to make it, we please encourage your supporters to join the live stream, and that will be on the Ward 7 Dems Facebook page. Additionally, currently your questionnaires are also posted. Back up the site change. We also have updated flyers. If you would like for us to send you our updated flyers with the location, we will be happy to do so. I'll pause there to see if there are any questions about two more things. In terms of parking, so there is parking right on the street. There's a street right behind. I think there might be Q Street. Keep me honest. I'm not sure what the street is. But there's also parking there. We scoped it out today. People can also park in the parking lot behind Planet Fitness in the Penn Branch Shopping Center area and walk up. Or what I found to be easier is to actually park at CVS and walk across. That's actually a shorter walk with less hill. So I will pause there and see if anyone has any questions about the change of location. Thank you, Ms. Brown. It's 33rd Street. And you can also park on Branch Avenue. We don't recommend it, but there's nothing to stop you from parking on Branch. There's no limitations there. All right. I'm gonna check the chat box. No questions about that. And so we will also be hosting a straw poll, which will run concurrent to the forum. Again, we are happy that it's going to be in another location, so it will minimize any disruption and distraction. The straw poll will run from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. and it will be facilitated or overseen and implemented by the DC Democratic Party. One of our roles is to print out the ballots and to select the ballot position. So this is why we wanted to pull you all together to make sure we have a fair and transparent process about that. And we will be using, for that process, we're going to be using software called the randomizer. I'm going to go ahead and pull it up now, where we will list each candidate's name, and then that will determine the ballot position. And while I pull that up, I'm going to pause to see if anyone has any questions for me.
I have a
I
question.
do, yeah, and I do as well. I'll follow you, Ms. Payne.
Yes, I was just wondering if there's any rules regarding who can participate in the straw poll.
Absolutely, and I'm so glad you mentioned that. So we did send out a straw poll rules. Did you all get, did every candidate receive that?
I saw it on your website, but I if you could send that out, I think each candidate should receive that via email as well.
Yes. Now, if you got this email, then it was attached.
I didn't. I saw this on the website. That's how I
found
I alerted
the
my team.
registration.
I alerted my team about this on on your website, and so I think my team may have put this on our calendar. So I am not certain how this came about, but I did not see this until about 2 a.m. this morning on your website, which might lead into my next question. So I'll hold that until you're ready for me to move into that.
Yeah. I can confirm that that the information was submitted to all of the candidates. And so it was sent out actually on Friday, but for whatever reason, our email is really kind of wonky. So the candidates would have gotten it on Saturday morning. And so I'm just gonna make sure I'm looking at my email here. Yes, it was sent out Friday 8:40, but for whatever reason, so some people may have gotten it, and I can check the email that it went to for your campaign. It went to info@ebonyrose47.com.
Okay, thank you.
And on that email, there are candidate form rules and Ward 7 Democrat straw poll rules as well. So we've attached to both of the rules, but I can make sure those get back out to you. And that is also the email where this registration link was posted. This link should not have been on, I don't think it's online. I know it's not online, actually.
I do have a follow-up
Yes.
process question. Have you all considered the process with the panel, the second panel ending at 1:30, and then folks who may really want to sit through that entire panel before making their decision and having to actually go to the straw poll location?
Yes, that's a great question. Okay, go ahead, Ms. Atkins.
No, that's it.
Okay. So our goal was to give each candidate the same amount, each candidate, regardless of the panel that they participated on, the same amount of time to for their supporters to vote. So, for example, candidates, the first panel, while they're up for their 1.5, they're people can either vote while they're going on, or they can vote off. So it's like a 2-hour block, and so for each, we set aside like a 2-hour block for each candidate just to make sure that everybody had the ample amount of time. But if I'm understanding your question correctly, you're thinking that if people wanted to wait, if you're in line by 2 o'clock, you will still be able to vote. Let me just share that.
Okay, I understand that. I just think that there are a number of residents who may not come making their decisions until they hear all of the panels.
Mm-hmm.
And
that's
so
true, and they will still have time to vote.
Okay, because as long as they're in the line by 2 p.m. because the straw poll is at St. Luke's, is that still correct?
That is not correct. Both
Okay.
The straw poll, they're running concurrently, and they are at the same location.
Okay.
St. Luke's is not available on that date.
Okay.
St. Luke's, they had a conflict in their scheduling, and the location now is going to be at Ryland United Methodist Church.
So is your website going to reflect that?
It does. If you go on if you see something different, let us know.
So it has been changed. Okay, because as of this morning, it was not, and I do see that it has been changed. Okay, Thank you. Thank you for making that correction and getting that corrected
Yeah,
fairly quick.
Yes. And we also sent out notifications to the candidates this morning again, just to make sure. And we will be sending out some more. But those are really great questions. Appreciate those. Other questions? I think Ms. Payne, did you have a question?
No, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. I don't have any further questions. I did get the rules. You might want to update the document to reflect the new address. But other than that, I don't have any questions.
I did. Oh, okay. So we did send out the new document this morning with the updated location. Let me know if you don't see that in that document that was sent out this morning. But thank you for that. Yeah, we were trying to cover our bases. So if you all see any of the older locations listed anywhere, obviously we're going to be updating our website because we have our new flyer. But if you see it somewhere, please just shoot me a text. We want to make sure that no one is confused about where the location is. So if you see it in any documentation, give us a flag. Like I mentioned, I know that the rules that we sent out, we did update it there and sent that new document out to you all this morning. And all of the documents on the website have also been updated. All right, any other questions?
I do notice that it says you're going to be asking whether or not to actually issue an endorsement. So if the voters decide that you're not going to endorse, or they would prefer it if you don't endorse, what happens with the results of the straw poll?
So the results will still be published. We just won't make an endorsement.
Okay.
Yeah, the results will absolutely be published. It's a public process. So we wouldn't, we want to make sure that everyone, and actually the results will be published that day. All right. So after the DC Dems count, then they will write out on the board what the results are. And then we will also publish those results on our website. We will then utilize the question that will be asked of all the candidates what they want us to do with that. And the executive committee will then meet and determine what determine if the endorsement will be made. Obviously, the reason why we're asking the public is because that is going to weigh extremely, extremely, extremely heavy in terms of what is decided. We didn't want to decide amongst ourselves. We wanted Ward 7 voters to decide.
Okay, thank you.
All right, other questions? Okay, so if hearing none, I'm going to share my screen here and show you the website here. I will refresh it just to make sure it's refreshed. I'm going to do a sample. Randomization just so that folks can see how it is. This organization, if you all could go to it yourselves, if you are in the research space like myself, it definitely comes in handy when needing to randomize certain things. So I am going to, one second, let me pull in my list, and the list of names that I'm right now is just going to be like a trial, just so that everyone can see what it looks like. So give me 1 second here. All right. So let's see. Okay. So this is just a list of names of some of my basketball greatest. It's 11 of them. I put them in there, and then I hit part 2, go down to part 2, where I say randomize, and they have created a randomized list. And so I am going to I'm going to just regenerate the page. Oops, I went the wrong way here. Okay, 1 second. I'm going to regenerate the page. I'm sorry. And go back here. All right, and I'm going to take these out. This does not impact the page in any way. I'll refresh the page, and then now I will put in the list of candidates, and they are in alphabetical order. Not that it matters, but just wanted to make sure folks are aware. We are only listing the 11 candidates that are going to be participating or that qualify to participate in the straw poll. And so you see all of those candidates here. I want to make sure everybody, let's go through the names. We have Evan A. Allen, Kelvin E. Brown, Dwight Sinclair Deloach Jr., Wendell Felder, Nate Fleming, Roscoe Grant Jr., Valerio D.J. Johnson Jr., Ebony Payne, Vida Rashid, Denise Reed, and Ebony Rose Thompson. Any questions? All right, so I am going to hit randomize. Let's see what we got. Okay, here is our list. You all can take screenshots, however you want to do it. Our first candidate on the ballot will be Roscoe Grant Jr., followed by Evan A. Allen, Dwight Sinclair Deloach Jr., Ebony Payne, Vida Rashid, Ebony Rose Thompson, Valerio V.J. Johnson Jr., Kelvin E. Brown, Denise Reed, Nate Fleming, and Wendell Felder. Any questions?
That's a good order.
Excuse me, was that a question? Okay, awesome. So again, thank you all so much for joining. Are there any other questions? Now is a good time. Got us on the line. We meet with our exec committee tonight. So if there are any questions, things that you all think we should be considering, please use this time and space to speak up. I'm going to stop my share here. Okay, all right. Hearing none, again, good luck to all of you. We will see you all on Saturday. Do not hesitate to reach out to myself or anyone on the exec committee if you have any questions. Thank you so much for joining.
Thank you.
Thank you.